Shipping. It is the number one thing that I get the most questions, concerns, fears, don't want to start selling on eBay because of being afraid of the shipping. It's the number one thing that I hear people have a problem with. So I am going to try and address all of those things in this video that hopefully you can refer back to, because shipping does not have to be the scary thing that keeps you away from making tons of money. Oh yeah, and I have not been crying. I am having a really bad allergic reaction to the dust and hailstorm that I got caught in yesterday, and my eyes are kind of like on fire still. So it's a sad topic for some, but not for me. So I'm going to get off of my face and I'm going to show you how the shipping works, from starting your listing and what to put in your listing to showing you the different boxes and things that you can be using. All right, let's go. Okay, here is the listing flow, and I'm going to show you this in the old listing flow and the new listing tool that's coming out. So first, this is the flow that most people still have. I'm just going to play around as if I'm going to list my Anna Lee Timmy Turtle, which I am not because I love him, but he was the closest thing to my desk. So you're going to come all the way down after you fill in all the stuff. This is not a listing tutorial, so I'm just going to come right down to the shipping, and we are going to focus this video just on shipping. Now, you have different options in a drop-down. You have a flat same cost to all buyers. I do not recommend this unless you are selling the same thing and you know what your cost is. Then this could work. This is the one I choose, which we'll come back to. And then there's freight. That's if you're selling large pieces of furniture or industrial equipment and that sort of thing. Or you can actually choose no shipping, local pickup only. That's actually how I sold these big items in the past. And then I just prompted the buyers to go through a company called uship.com to make arrangements for that local pickup. So I did ship furniture across the country, but the buyer arranged the shipping through uship.com. It was a beautiful thing. Okay, but let's say we're going calculated. Now, these are the settings that I choose, and I'll tell you why I do that. So I use the retail ground because when, again, you drop this down, it tells you the number of business days that it's going to take to get to your customer. And it gives you a bigger leeway on what the expectation of the customer is. So for instance, retail ground says 2 to 9 business days, whereas priority says 2 to 5 business days. Now I ship priority. I upgrade this to priority 9 times out of 10, but I'm covered by those few extra days that this shows. And it also gives me options to go another way if I need to. Meaning, if I need to choose, say, FedEx ground or FedEx home or UPS, you can see I still have that leeway to ship the best way possible. All right, media mail, I'll just cover that really quick. Media mail is only for books, music, video games do qualify. It is not for magazines. It is not for anything that includes advertising, and it's definitely not for anything other than books and media type things. Okay, a lot of sellers will try to use media mail because it's much, much cheaper. But that 2 to 8 business days, I can assure you, media mail is the last mail that's going to get processed and on the trucks and the airplanes. Well, no, it doesn't come by airplane if it's media because it's a ground. So it's the last thing to get processed. So if there's a lot of mail going on, it could take literally months for your customer to get that item. So I don't use media mail. Okay, and then of course you have standard services. Now they've got first class here under a standard. The only thing about first class is that it's a weight difference. So we'll go into that a little more in a minute. But here's really the preferred method right here, priority mail, and I use a lot of these padded flat rate envelopes. I am not a fan of any of the other flat rate boxes, and I will go into that more in just a bit. We'll cover that. And then of course there are overnight options, which in my 20 plus years selling online, I think I have had 2 customers ask for something to be overnighted. So I don't even offer this anymore. If a customer really wants it, they're going to ask. So here's what I choose. USPS Retail Ground. Now I do choose an upgrade, and you don't have to do this. You can remove this. You can add whatever you want in here. But I do tend to show that it's an upgrade so that when my customers actually get the priority mail, even though they didn't pay to upgrade, they're happy. I underpromise and over-deliver. All right, I have my 1 business day handling time. Now, handling time, that means 1 business day gives you until the next day at midnight to print that label, and then that item must be in the mail by the next day after that. So 1 day handling is really 2 days, and weekends don't count. So if they buy it on Friday, you don't have to ship it till Monday and get it in the mail by Tuesday. All right, I know that's a biggie that everybody thinks that they have to extend out these handling days so much, and you don't. This is really 2 days for you to get that shipped. Same business day, I don't use this, but I could technically use this because you can set a cutoff time. You can set 9 a.m. Pacific time or whatever time you want. You could set 8 a.m. Pacific time. You can set a time that those items will still go out that same day if you do your shipping at the same time. So, but I don't. I give myself that 1 day window. Okay, that's really as simple as it is to set up this part, and you can set this up so it comes up every single time. All right, let's talk international for just a moment. So there is the global shipping program, which yes, I have this checked off in my listings, but I generally don't use it. What I end up using now is this eBay International Standard Delivery, which actually does the same thing as the global shipping program. It is just that it's now eBay's program instead of a program ran by Pitney Bowes. So global shipping program, third party Pitney Bowes, eBay International. I'm sure it's still technically third party, but eBay has a bigger portion of it. So I only have to ship things to California. I don't have to ship them to England or Canada or Ireland or Mexico or wherever they sell. I simply ship them to a warehouse in California, and eBay takes it from there and takes responsibility from there, which is a really cool thing. So that's the only way now that I offer international. You have the ability to add a handling cost for international. I don't add one for domestic. And I'll tell you why in a moment on that. I don't add one actually for international either, but you can. And I would say this is the place, if you're going to have a handling cost, add it in there, because we do pay more fees to ship international because we pay an exchange rate fee on the conversion of the money. So perfectly okay to add that in there. All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty of the package. Now I've selected calculated. All right. Let me just say, this is where if you were going to do free shipping, that's what you'd select. What I recommend is if you are going to do free shipping, you still use calculated and just select that put the cheapest method you can as your free shipping, and then give an upgrade, which shows a shipping amount. So if somebody asks for it faster, they can choose faster and pay for that shipping. You're only obligated to ship free with your economy amount in here. All right, I'm going to uncheck that. Also, you still need to know your weight and dimensions of your package, which is now where we're going to go to. And the reason you want to put in the weight and the dimensions of your package, even if you're doing free shipping, is that someday maybe you want to take your free shipping off of everything. Well, you would have to go back into all of your inventory that has free shipping and weigh it and measure it. Okay? Don't want to do that. Actually, your measurements should actually be in your listing. And I said actually way too many times, and I just caught myself doing that. Okay, the weight and dimensions. So here's the deal. When I have somebody doing the listing for me, I simply have them put the actual dimensions of the item in this space, and then I add 2 to 3 inches on each one of those dimensions. So that is what I recommend. So if the item measures 5 by 4 by 3, you're going to make these dimensions 7 by 6 by 5. And now you probably don't have a box that size. So let's talk about that. This really only matters if you go over 1 cubic foot. Okay, that's super important to know. I can mess with these all I want, but generally, I just put 12 by 12 by 12 if I know it's going to fit into something that is smaller than 12 by 12 by 12. Now, here's where it gets tricky. The box doesn't have to be 12 by 12 by 12. It could be 14 by 10 by 12. It could be 16 by 10 by 10. See what I mean? As long as the total doesn't go over that 12 cubic inches. So dimension does not come into play unless you go over that amount. So for most things that you're going to do, you can simply put in 12 by 12 by 12. It doesn't change the rate at all. Okay, so just be careful. I say add 2 to 3 inches, but if you are right within that, ½ inch to 1 inch, that's when I might say, okay, go ahead and just use really good padded materials and squeeze it in there just a little tighter, or choose FedEx or UPS to ship it, and we'll talk about that in a minute. All right, so we've got our item that's going to be less than 12 cubic inches, and now we need to put in the weight. So I know Timmy weighs 3 ounces. Now here's what you have to know. The boxes and packaging do add weight. And this is why I'm not a fan of dumpster dived boxes, because there's no consistency in the weight of those boxes. Now your USPS boxes and boxes that you purchase from your eBay shipping supplies, see, you know what those boxes weigh. Just weigh one and then you've got the weight. Boxes that come from different companies, you're not going to know the weight. Although if you're a big Amazon shopper like I am, it's pretty consistent with the boxes they send those things in too. But you want consistency so that you don't have to do a lot of work determining what the box weighs. Generally, most boxes weigh somewhere between 8 to 15 ounces. A heavier, double thick cardboard box could weigh over a pound. So on larger items, the box actually can add 3, 4, 5 pounds depending on the size of the box. But by then you're already into dimensional weight, so it's not really going to matter. It's going to go by the dimensions more than the weight. So the way this works, there are increments. So you can see here 1 to 2 pounds, 2 to 3 pounds, 3 to 4 pounds. So as you weigh your item and you add the box, so Timmy is 3 ounces and the box I'm going to put him in is 8 ounces, then I can put 11 ounces here. Now, if Timmy weighed, let's say, 8 ounces, and I know the box is 8 ounces, now I'm right on that border of the 1 to 2 pounds, and that would be what I would put in there. So always up into the next increment if you're running it within an ounce or two, just to keep yourself safe. That's going to prevent you from losing money on the shipping fees. Okay, let's go back and talk about UPS and FedEx. So first, let me just clarify to you that FedEx Ground and FedEx Home are two completely different services. I learned this directly from a FedEx Home contractor. Yes, contractor. FedEx Home delivery people are 1099 contractors. They basically are running their own business and they deliver FedEx products. They are driving trucks that they have paid for. They are responsible if something comes up missing. It comes out of their pay. So I find them to be much more careful and caring about the packages that they're delivering. FedEx Ground employees are just that. They are employees. They are running their 9 to 5 at a wage, and they're not responsible if your package doesn't make it intact. That's why you see some of those viral videos, the FedEx guys throwing them over the fence and all that stuff. I can assure you, those are not the home delivery guys. So I always choose FedEx home delivery when I am shipping large, fragile items versus ground. I personally don't use UPS. Some people have better luck with UPS. I'm just a big fan of the FedEx home delivery. That's the big significance there. Not ground. FedEx ground, UPS ground, pretty much the same. FedEx home, a little bit better level. All right, there you have it. And okay, let's talk about pirateship.com. A lot of sellers like to use pirateship.com for a couple of reasons. You can import multiple eBay stores sales into Pirateship as well as Etsy. You can also very easily copy and paste an address in and boom, it populates it. I can't show you that screen because I have a lot of my personal customer information on there. So here is, if you're going to get a quote from Pirateship, it already knows what my home address is. And you can choose box, envelope, and then you've got the flat rates, which I told you I'm not a fan of. Flat rate was really designed to the benefit of the post office. I see people shipping things in these flat rate boxes that would be much, much cheaper to ship in just regular priority. So be careful of that snag. Now, flat rate works really good if you have something small and heavy because these boxes are not very big. So you're not going to be able to put something large in there. If you sell rocks, these are perfect. But the large, I don't think I can actually say I've ever used the large flat rate. No, I haven't, because it just is better to go regular priority 9 times out of 10. All right, we got the padded flat rate envelope. That I am a big fan of because you can actually stick a 4x4x6 box into a padded flat rate envelope. The regionals, I know some of you love these regionals. For me, it's too much work to try to determine after the fact how I'm going to ship it. You have to have information, you have to know where it's going and the weight. And for some of you, it makes sense and you do it great. It's not for me. To me, it's just having to do more math. All right. Now, Pirateship also has something. So a lot of sellers are taking advantage of something called box in a bag. And basically what that means is you put in the dimensions of the bag. Even though there's a third measurement of a box, you don't measure it. You simply use the measurement of the bag. You put what's in there. Let's say it's 4 pounds and you get a quote. Oh, I got to give it a zip code. Let's pick something far away from me. And there it will tell you your cubic rate was only $9.52. That's a big savings. So there's a lot of sellers taking advantage of that. The thing that I do like about Pirate Ship, and that I do use this for a lot of my live sale. Okay, and the thing that I like about it is that it does include, let me see if it'll show me here. It does include, it's not going to show me. So it will include $100 of insurance versus the $50 that PayPal will use, or if you're not a top rated seller on eBay, that you get there. You do get $50 of insurance included on eBay in using the priority itself. That's not extra that you have to pay for. Now, the other thing that's really cool is that when you do add insurance, they use Shipsurance, and let me just show you the pricing. It's super cheap. It's well, I would only insure like over $50, so 80 cents per $100. That is way less than the USPS charges, and it's much, much easier to file a claim and win with Shipsurance than it is with USPS. So I hope that has cleared up some of the confusion around shipping. And if you have any questions, please put them in the comments or come over and join the Niche to Profit Facebook group, where you can not only talk to me, but talk to several other very seasoned sellers. And everybody is really helpful over there. We want to get you through this and get you making money. And don't let the shipping keep you back and hold you back, because some of the best things to sell can be some of the trickier to ship. So please go check out my Ship With Me playlist. I do a shipping video every week where you can watch me ship all of these breakable items, weird items, not so breakable items. I ship it all and I show you how I do it so you can learn and not be afraid of the shipping monster. Okay, with that, go be profitable and make it fun and go get that ship done. All right, bye.